Hello, my name's Stephen Carr, and I'd like to welcome you to a SketchUp cooking class. We're going to be working on the Ottoman in this session, so I'm just going to start off by erasing Susan. Thank you, Susan. And create a rectangle, and we know for the Ottoman in the class we did 30 by 30, so 30, comma 30, enter. And we're going to pull this up 6 inches, 6, enter. And now we want to do a copy pull, control, pull 6, enter, copy pull again, control, pull 6, enter. And that gives us our basic construction. Just zoom in a little bit here, and we'll erase the bottom part because we're going to replace that with legs. So I'll click on the eraser. And erasing, it works really well if you can cross the corners. You'll see that it takes just about everything except that one last piece. So that's pretty good. So that's our basic Ottoman. Now to construct the legs, again we'll use the rectangle command, and the legs are going to be 4 by 4 by 6. 4, 4, enter, and press pull 6, enter. Now I like to taper these legs, so you'll remember in our tutorial we used the move command to taper the roof. So we're going to do a similar thing here. We'll just get in a little bit closer. So with the move command, if I click in the middle, I can grab it. I can move that in 1 inch, 1, enter. And same for this side. 1, enter. Orbit around to the other side. Make sure you grab it in the middle, 1, enter. Grab this one in the middle, 1, enter. And that completes the leg. So with this leg, what I would do now is I would just make this into a group. We want to make this into a group because we have the sticky quality within SketchUp, and that can be a bit of a problem, especially when we try to move things, if they rather than just copy move. So now I'm just going to move this. Just going to select this off. Now I'll select this move command. Now you can pick anywhere to move it, but I always find it easier if I click on a corner, then I can move it to this corner. Then I can again do a move copy from the other corner, and again a move copy from this corner, orbit around, and again a move copy to this corner. So this completes our basic shape. We're going to do a little bit more work on it, but what I want to do is I want to make a copy of this because this is also the basic construction for our chair. So I've selected everything, and I'll just do a move, and again control for copy, and I'll just move that about 8 feet over. Remember to use the foot symbol. So now we have 2 of these things. So this one's going to end up being a chair. This one we're going to continue to work on. This one will continue to work on to become the Ottoman. So we have some really cool tools here. I want to round some edges here. So I'm going to use the arc command, and then I'm going to use the follow me. So I'll just start off with an arc. Don't make this arc too big. Now if you pick one point and you stay on the edge, come down on the edge, you'll see you get a magenta line that tells you when they're the same distance from corner to point. And if you go up on that line, when it goes magenta, you know it's tangential. So now I'm going to do the same thing here. I come over to here, follow it down, pick here, come up here, follow it down. Now, unfortunately for the third one, we're not going to get it to be, it's not going to work quite the same. So I just pick on that end point, and I'm just going to do it by eye and come up, and it was cyan this time. So it's a little bit different. Now you remember in class when we talked about the follow me, we had some 3 steps that we had to follow. Step number 1 was to select the path. The top is the path because we want it to go all the way around. Step number 2 is click on follow me. Step number 3 is click on that little area there. Now we do the same thing for the second one. We have to do all 3 steps. Click on the top, click on follow me, and click on this little area here. Be careful, make sure you get the right area. That's good. And one last time for the other arc. Click on the top, the path, click on the tool, and then click on the little area. Now that looks pretty good to me. If I turn that around, SketchUp always tries to guess what we're trying to do. And for whatever reason, it's created this little extra surface in here, so I'm just going to erase that. Should be able to just erase that, and come around here and erase this. So everything looks pretty good here. We do have one little interesting thing happened. The surface here has gone gray. So it's okay. It just means that there's an inside surface here, that's an outside surface here. If we wanted to change it, we could select it, right click, and then we could reverse face and it becomes white. But it really doesn't matter because when we add a material to it, everything will sort itself out anyway. So I'm going to make this top part into a group. So again, I select it. Make sure you don't cover all the legs. Just try to use a window selection, which means everything that's totally inside the window is selected. Right click, make that into a group. So now we have the 4 legs that are a group, and we have the cushion and the base that's also a group. So we're just going to add some materials to this now. So with the materials, we can go into, I'm going to go down to the wood first, and I have an extended materials list here. You're going to probably have a shorter one. It's not really important right now. Later on I'll show you how to get an extended materials list. For now I'm just going to use this one, and because these are groups, it's very easy to, you just select the group and it takes on material. Okay, so we'll just change this now from wood. We'll go to carpet and textures. And again, I have a little bit of an extended selection here. It's not really important. It doesn't really matter. We'll just keep it simple for now. So I'm just going to select this here. And again, because it's a group, everything gets selected. Now, one thing that's happened with this, when we did this, let me undo that last material. We have all these edges here. So actually, I'm going to fix that up first. I'm just going to select this, right click, and I'm going to do a smooth, soften edges. And what that does is that kind of hides these things. If you still have a few edges, you may need to increase this angle, but we seem to be okay on mine, so I'm just going to leave it as is, which is fine. I'll go back to this material again and see what that's done for that. So that's pretty good. It's a little bit, you can see a little bit of stuff in here, but I think that that's not too bad. So now with this, the cool part about this material is if you wanted to edit it, you could increase the size of the checks by changing this from 12 to say 16, or you could even just make it 6. But I'm just going to leave it at 12. It's your choice, whatever you choose. There's no wrong answer here. You can also change the color if you want it. I don't really care. The color's fine the way it was. That should be close enough. You can make it lighter, darker. Again, this is just I'm showing you an option here. I'm not saying that you have to do any of this here. It's your choice. It's more that you understand how to use these things. So once this is done, then now I have this, basically my Ottoman is complete if I select that, but it's still just set up as groups. So I'm going to make this a component. So to make this a component, that means everything will be all one. We'll learn later on what the importance of components are, but for now, just select the whole thing, right click, make a component. And to give the component name, we should start with the first 3 letters of your last name. And I'm just going to call this an Ottoman. And this is, I use the first 3 letters so that I can identify everybody's objects so that I don't get them confused. And we just click on Create. And this pretty much ends our little session here for now. we'll start up another session for the chair a little bit later. Thank you. See you soon.